Hey guys, this is day 2 of my 5-day YouTube challenge I'm doing. Mine, if you haven't seen the first video, relates to mental health during the quarantine and how it's personally affected my mental health, but I'm hoping to connect with other people who might be going through similar problems. I just want to make clear as well that I'm feeling like a complete 180. The first take that I did yesterday, I did it all in one take, but it was very manic, as you may have been able to tell. My voice kind of wavered sometimes. That was just because I was getting it all off my chest in real time, and it was scary, but I feel amazing right now, like complete 180, super excited to take on the day, super happy that I was able to get this weight off my chest that for whatever reason, I was just so embarrassed that I didn't have a job. Because I'm not used to that, and I tied my self-worth into it, and I was just embarrassed. It took a long time for me to internalize my feelings and find a way to reach out to people. I highly recommend that you don't wait like I did. It might be scary, it might be embarrassing, but it shouldn't be embarrassing. It's not embarrassing. It's only embarrassing to you. People can help you if you tell them your problems. They can't help you if you're not telling them what's going on. That being said, I do want to make clear that while I use social media to vent, basically, you shouldn't look to social media for any sort of validation. Like, you're validated regardless of if you have 1 view or 1 like or 3,000. That doesn't matter. That's all on the internet. That's not like a true example of who you are as a person. So just keep that in mind. The reason I did it was because I'm so used to never talking about my problems to anyone that I was like, I feel like the only way that I'm going to really be able to just break out of my comfort zone is if I expose my problems to everybody. So I also want to thank all the people that reached out to me and showed support, or not only showed support, but were brave enough to share their problems with me. Obviously, your identities are safe with me, and I just want to shout you out because that was amazing. That made me feel great. You feel alone, and then all of a sudden, all these people are reaching out to you and telling you that you made some sort of impact, and that's the type of stuff that keeps me going. So I was floored by it. Yesterday, I spent the past 24 hours or so thinking about just what I wanted out of this. And I also came to the conclusion that I might like to diversify this channel a little, have some guests on it, people who are going through stuff that maybe I could never experience, maybe women talking about their mental health during this time, or minorities talking about mental health and just what they think about the discrepancies between the COVID response in certain neighborhoods versus other neighborhoods, mainly minority and impoverished neighborhoods. I think that would be very beneficial, just so this channel can relate to more than just people that look like me or are in working, have a job and like steady income type folks. There's people that are going through stuff that have no income. There's people going through stuff that their identity is completely different than mine, and I just wouldn't be able to do their story justice. So I think it would be cool for them to hop on. I also think it would be cool to potentially interview some mental health professionals, just because they can put a professional spin on this. And I'm sure that they're working super hard now and seeing certain trends due to this whole pandemic. So I think that would be fascinating. Just to get their perspective and learn a little bit about their day-to-day, and maybe they have some tips to deal with things like depression and anxiety. I know there's no silver bullet, but I think professional help could definitely be something that would be beneficial. This really did show me that I'm not alone. That's the craziest part about that. I've just spent my entire life thinking I was alone. Even though I've been surrounded by amazing people, it's just been my own mental health problems and the way that I chose to deal with stuff that kind of hindered my progress and growth. I feel like I could have been a lot further in life had I just accepted the fact that maybe at times I was feeling sad or I felt like lesser or whatever. And I could have just had a conversation and I would have come out of it feeling like $1,000,000. So I highly recommend doing that too. And it just shows you it's not lame to reach out to people. Like, it doesn't mean that you're weak or something. It means that you're strong. I just had it all backwards, and I didn't understand. And I knew that, like, if I reached out, people would be supportive, but I didn't want to heap my problems on them. Or, even worse, I might think that they just wouldn't understand, which is complete garbage. They definitely understood. And I reached out to my close friends, and they were beyond supportive. Um, and it just goes to show you that you don't need to suffer in silence. Like, it's only going to hurt you, and there's people that do care about you. So keep that in mind if you can. I know that some people have more resources as far as family and friends in the immediate area. You might not be able to see them in person due to the virus, but just knowing that proximity-wise they're near you is something that might give people comfort. Not everyone has that luxury. One of my best friends he just moved to California. He's living in LA with his girlfriend, who's also a friend of mine. And he was saying yesterday, like, he didn't anticipate moving away from all his friends and family just to be stuck in his apartment for a year and a half or however long this quarantine and just lack of normalcy is going to last. I think just the uncertainty behind it too gives people a lot of anxiety. So it really tapped into me that, like, I'm lucky that I have people around me. So if you don't have people around you, I hope that this could potentially be a good resource, but I would highly recommend even just doing FaceTime or something. Seeing the face behind the voice, I think is a lot better than just texting all day or something. I think it gives you a much better feel of how the person's doing, and it gives a more human connection. Even though it's not as good as face-to-face, it's better than other potential options, at least in my opinion. And, everyone's different, of course. So that being said, just because I got so much support for these videos, I want to continue doing them for at least 5 days. And you guys can write in the comments if you want me to do more videos, if there's something specific or somebody you think I could interview. I would love to do interviews. I'm a big YouTube fan. I always watch interviews and reviews and stuff like that. So I think that would be awesome to collaborate with some people. I can keep you anonymous. You could hop on like a Zoom call with me. Whatever you think is best for you. But if you want to tell your story and vent the way that I vented, I totally understand, because I feel so much better and I wish that I had done it a lot sooner. So that being said, feel free to write in the comments anything that you'd like to see in the next 3 days, or if you want me to keep doing this and you find it beneficial. I think that would all be super helpful for me, because it will allow me to kind of direct like how I want my creative content to go. And I think it will just allow me to diversify and branch out the people I can reach through this platform. So, like I said, please feel free to leave a comment. I don't care about all that subscription stuff. This is not monetized. This is really just therapeutic for me, and hopefully therapeutic for you guys as well. So I love you guys. I hope to hear from you soon, and I will be posting this video later tonight.